Hi everybody and welcome back to the... Why are the eyes closed all the time? My eyes are fully open here. I'll put the glasses on to freak it out again. I will do it. Like, I really like using these blue light glasses, but like, I feel like the biggest problem with me having hot eyes all the time is not the fact that there's a lot of blue light around. I try and run all my monitors like with a minimal amount of backlighting. Honestly, I do. But I think the main problem is just being dehydrated generally. I'm an asshole when it comes to dehydration. I know it seems like I drink a lot, but it can still just about track the eyes with these on. But I looked at it through the camera app and it's not good. There's like there's huge reflections of like light that I can't even see in the camera. Oh yeah, I'm recording now. I'm meant to be actually, a competent presenter of this media. Got a tweet. You are correct. I need to get rid of the C++ tweet. I need to make a second Unreal tweet as well, just in case. I don't think my account's been suspended. I can still tweet. It still gives me a thumbs up that the tweet's gone out. And what were we doing? It's another thing, actually. How am I going to implement sound effects in this game, huh? Well, I won't lie. Like, the scene complexity's gone up and up and up, but the light renderer, besides the really glitchy reflection stuff that gets caught in the background at infinity. It's not really infinity though. We have a sky dome. What is that? I guess it's because it's dark. It shows up. It doesn't show up if there's like a whole bunch of them stood next to each other and there's a bright sky. It gets washed out. But I'm gonna have to find out how to increase that. So you see that? I don't know what. That looks like it's fading out all at the same time to me, which is wrong. And I'm gonna try my darndest to get this working. Now, I said before I hit the record button, just a recap, just a cheeky recap for anyone who wasn't here or paying attention, that we could use a sphere mask bound to the Z height of the boxes, right? It's really hard to see here because there's bright lights. Do you know what? We'll make it nighttime. Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo. Fully nighttime or just like a little bit nighttime? $7 a.m. I think that's how it works. That seems to me... Oh god. Oh wow, it is dark. But it'll be easier to see the effect here, right? Yeah, so that's definitely fading out altogether. And there's no hot trail. And it's actually going to be really hard to... Where are my editors? I swear I said yes to open those editors and they haven't popped up. Anyway, my lad is fine. What we need is M ladders. M ladders is the material. Right. Fix this. Yep. That's what we're about to do, don't worry. So I'm gonna delete all of this. I'm gonna delete all... Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Though, do we still need the append? I'm gonna leave the append there just in case. But we don't need the divide. We don't need the mask. We don't need the world position. We don't need the multiply, the lerp, the multiply, the add, divide, and the mask. All of that can get deleted. What's this? Don't we need that either? No. I fear I've made a mistake. Oh yeah, I deleted the fucking box mask. Great. Okay, so we don't need any of the top row. That can go. That can go. That can go. Subtract can go. Divide, mask, append. Well, we were going to leave the append there, weren't we? That can go. And then this just plugs in straight to there. And this is what we had originally, right? This is the effect that we had in the before times. So we'll give it a look-see. We'll hand crank this material compilation time. That'd be really cool if I could, like, if I had some like pedals under my desk. I could just, you know, I could make Unreal go faster by pedaling. And this, we'll see, does not fade out at all. It looked different, didn't it? Or am I just imagining things? It still fades out though, which is puzzling. I think that might just be Lumen. How do we set the lighting to unlit? View mode is V. It does actually fade out, and I don't know why. It's not meant to. I promise. 112% not meant to fade out like that. I mean, it's good it does. Nice effect. But that's not what I programmed here. Look, it's just a box mask with a black body temperature based on the box mask. This is all going to be 1 anyway, so no real point in having that there yet. But and then it multiplies that by the mask, and then it multiplies that by the power of the heat, and then it adds it onto the emissive color. That's all it does. It's easy peasy math, right? Anyway, 1 to 4 dimensional vector should be the same as type B. 1 to 4 dimensional vector should be the same as type A. Yeah. Defaults to attenuation radius, if not specified. Hardness. How hard the sphere is. Yes. And that's between 0 and 1, right? Oh, 100. 0 and 100? Yeah, 0 and 100 apparently. B is the center of the sphere, if I remember correctly, which is going to be this plus this divided by 2. And then A is the outer brim of the sphere, which is going to be this plus I think we need to really care about the alpha, but okay. That plus that. Right, the hardness. We'll just set that to 0. Radius gonna be set to length. And I hope that's correct. And theoretically theoretically we should have. Nope, didn't work. We didn't plug anything in, did we? We just have the sphere mask. Yes, of course. I'm an idiot. Okay, we don't need those. Multiply. We need to multiply that by that, and then that by that. No. Yep, thank you. That by that, and then we get the output anyway. Boom. Yeah, it's always better when you plug stuff in, right? Error. Oh, we got an error. Pen vector allows you to combine multiple channels. Missing a pen vector input B. Oh, all right, okay. Abort. Error. Arithmetic between types float 3 and float 4 are undefined. Is it? This is a float 4. This is a float 4. Fuck you. Fuck you. I will fight you right now. You saying we can just do this? Huh. Somehow it doesn't care about the alpha channel, but whatever. Do you care about the alpha channel? I do. If I have a 4-channel fucking PNG, I want it to have 4 channels, not 3. And you can see quite clearly here we have red, green, blue, and alpha. So I don't know where this engine gets off in its fucking node editor about having float 3 and float 4. I will smack the shit out of you, mate, for doing this kind of stuff to me. You are wasting my time. This is a float 4, for fuck's sake. Look. 6601. Huh? Float 4. 0011. Float 4. 0011. Float 4. Now we've got mask RG here, right? Red, green. Append. That's a float 3 now, okay? This is a float 4. Boop. Boop. Float 3. Float 4. And it had an error when I was appending the alpha channel into it. I'm going to flip my shit in a second here. This would be a lot easier if I was just writing the HLSL, wouldn't it? This would be so much easier. Also, do I have a 1-year subscriber badge? Look how fucking cool that is. 14 months. Look at that. So beautiful. Took hours to make that badge, by the way. If anyone subscribes, please know that I made the badges and they took hours. Okay? That is all. You're paying for the badge. Yeah. Badge and the awesome emojis that you can use in my chat, other people's chats. Okay. Did that look promising? Did that look like we had a cool streaky fade at the end of the thing? Can I turn the particle systems off? Just briefly. So I can fucking see it. It looks like it's not there at all. Yeah, that's my thought. Ay, 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 ay. Dum 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 dum. Let's just see where the sphere mask is, huh? Let's see where the sphere mask wants to. So this is gonna be hard, isn't it? I want to say I saw something, but I don't think I did. I think it was the wall, in fact. What the hell is going on here? Maybe it needs a hardness above 0. I don't know. I'm so confused. Yeah, there's nothing there, buddy. There is nothing there. Try that and put the hardness up to 1. So we'll flip the values, put the hardness up to 1. Flipping the value shouldn't really do anything because it's a sphere. It's drawn between 2 points. Should be a sphere either way up. However, there's nothing there. There is straight up nothing there. Am I a brain? Oh. No, that was just the seam in the UVs. Beautiful. Beautiful. Box A added to box B divided by 2. Do you know what? That needs to go in there as well. Maybe. Well, I mean, it should have still shown up on one side, at least. Yeah, I've broken it. Oh, renderer, please. Video encoder, please do not die. Interesting. Let's unplug the radius. Radius has been set to 256. Okay. Hardness has been set to 100. So update, I found my Millennium Falcon. My beautiful, beautiful Millennium Falcon. Oh, hello. That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. Oh, Lumen, you cheeky thing. So it's moving. I can see it move. I can see it fade out like that. That's what I want, baby. That's what I want. And we can see the sphere mask is in roughly the correct location. However, the radius is big. It's moving in the correct direction. The radius is big. We're learning. We are learning. Length. We need a 1V. 1VP. Radius. And it's going to go into radius. And it's going to get set to default value 64. 32. 48. I hate you. We are going to need the material instance now, yes. I can grab the material instance, right? And then I can pull it off screen, open the test, and then we set the radius to something reasonable. So as it stands, Not looking hopeful here. I thought we had this sussed. Oh, right, you gotta let go. 128, no. 256 turns the whole thing gold. Let's set it to 128. Let's play the game. Let's see if we get a sphere moving through our ladder. We do not. Okay. So that tells me that... I don't know what that tells me. What does that tell me? I need help. I need someone to tell me what that tells me. Fucking hell. Just fucking hell. Yeah, safe. Let's just see the sphere mask, right? Yeah, thank you. Oh. Okay, so we got our... We got a... We've got something weird going on. So the radius at 127 does not do anything to the ladder, right? We can play, and when we mount the ladder, nothing will happen. The second I set the radius to 128, the whole ladder is white, which doesn't seem to make any sense to me. That would seem to tell me that the sphere has an origin either directly in front or directly behind the ladder, and is so huge that when the cusp of the radius eclipses the ladder model itself, what do you call it? Is it a segment? No, not. It is a segment, right? The segment subtended by the chord of the radius of the sphere and the ladder is so huge that it in fact covers the entire ladder. What about the other ladders? Yeah, we haven't looked at the other ladders. The other ladders are also the same. Nothing shows up on them when you slide down. Nothing shows up on them when you don't slide down. So that's good. That's not what we wanted at all. Did I plug these in the wrong way again? So let's just re-revert those, and we can default value 50. So if I have to illustrate my point, can I have a second instance of paint open? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'll illustrate my point using paint, right? Okay, so we have our wall here, right? We have our ladder here, right? And it's meant to be glowing, but it's not glowing. Oh, what's up with my mouse control skills today? I can't do anything. Apparently, I cannot do anything. So my idea is that the sphere radius is probably off screen at this point, and basically the external of the sphere at this scale is practically a straight line, right? So this is 127 radius, whatever that means. This is 128. This is 127.1, right? So the whole ladder is being eclipsed. So that means the center of the sphere is being set incorrectly. So we have flipped. We have flipped. Oh, hello. Okay. 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 Fuck off. There we go. 150. 150, not 150. Hey, this keyboard has had double stroke issues since I updated the firmware. I don't know what's going on. 130 and 20. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, so no, that is not the problem. Thank you. I think that fade out is a graphical glitch based on the fact that the point of the masks moving below the center of the thing. Also, it's wrong. The center of the sphere needs to be in a different. Okay, I'm just gonna look it up again. Do I need to look it up again? Oh, for God's sake, I hate looking things up, but I'm gonna have to. UE4 sphere mask. Visual guide, please. I need a poster of this fucking shit. We'll watch the Matthew Wadstein video again. What the fuck is material sphere mask in the Unreal Engine? What? What? There it was. I need a high resolution screenshot of this bad boy. Okay, what we got here? We got camera position. Camera position is the second point of the sphere. This is the first point of the sphere. No? This is the radius. No? Yes? Ah. Maybe if I just watch the whole thing. I paused the recording this whole time. We figured it out. We figured it out. We figured it out. A is a strange, arbitrary thing. B is the center of the sphere mask. Radius is the radius, hardness is the hardness. Self-explanatory. A is what we are checking the sphere mask against. That's exactly what he said. He sounded really unsure about what he was saying. Mr. Wadstein, that is. Or Hale. King explaining Unreal Engine. Not Epic themselves. Their documentation leaves a lot to be desired. Like, the fucking... I can't remember what it was. But it was like a dot product or a rotator. And it was like, oh, it gets the blah-de-blah from the blah-de-blah. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? I'll go check the documentation. The documentation is just like blah-de-blah, blah-de-blah. Gets the blah-de-blah from the blah-de-blah. Like, as if I didn't need more documentation than was written in the engine. Like, I didn't understand what was going on. And I Googled it, and nothing made sense. Because a lot of people use a proprietary word for their system. And a lot of the kind of terminology that they use in game engines doesn't quite line up with the mathematical stuff sometimes. Sometimes it's the other way around, but... it's annoying. If I divide it by 2. If I divide it by 2. If I divide it by 2. We don't depend on anything anymore. If I divide it by 2. Yes. But also no. What's the square root of 1? The answer is 1. Yes, my friend. We've done it. What's the square root of 0.2? Oh, shit. Because that'll be a bigger value on it. So this is going to actually reduce. Do I need to actually square? Do I need to square the values instead of square root the values? Is this going to lead to a shelving effect? Like a logarithmic graph? Like that. I'm sure I could have found out a lot quicker than playing the video game. But I'm going to play the video game to find out. Yeah, Dib. Thank you. For fuck's sake. Why am I like this? There's a multiply here. Question. Is a multiply node faster than a square node? Returns the base value raised to the power of exponent. Base value must be positive. Values less than 0 will be clamped. Sounds like multiply will be slower, because multiply will do things in negative ranges, if I'm not quite mistaken. Because if you know about x cubed, right? You know the graph of x cubed. Basic high school level math. Basic high school level maths, right? Graph of x cubed is like that. That's probably x cubed minus 3, but who's judging, alright? I don't know, my PC lagged because it was compiling shaders. Because you have x squared, and then you have x cubed, which looks like a tan graph, really. And then you have x to the 4, which is x squared, but sharper. And you have x to the 5, which does it do something like this? I remember there was a stupid graph that looks like this. I can't remember what number it's for. Probably touches 0 a few times like that or something. Have I gone crazy? Is that wrong? Does it go above? Like that? No, it can't go above. What is this graph? What have I imagined this? I swear it was more symmetrical in the middle though. Like it was like a round like that or something. Ignore me, I'm going crazy, alright? It's been a long time since I did this. Okay, just anyway. I think we've got a compilation there, so we can hop in, we can jump in. Now the good thing about this is we can set the radius ourselves, so we can boost the radius a little bit. But the gradient. The center of the circle starts, or it should start. The center of the circle should start at the hands. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't really, does it? Looks like it could go up, right? It does look like it could go up. So what's up with that? The offset is obviously wrong. The B value is obviously wrong. So we're adding the two boxes together. We're dividing them by 2, and then we're adding the length. No, that is wrong. B should be the center, so we don't actually need to add this. That should be enough. The offset is no, I was right before. Oh, I'm confused. So theoretically, back to paint, right? Theoretically, we have our box, right? We have the box origin, and then we have the bounds, or the radius. It's actually 3 radii. There's 1 in that direction as well. And so I figured the center point for the sphere to generate a sphere mask that was the same size as the box would have to be at the point minus that, right? But that seems to be putting the center of the sphere down here. Now, while the radius of the sphere can be tuned to be, you know, bigger, the values at the bottom of here are going to be like 0.5, which isn't what I want. I want them to be 1, which is why we're doing this. But theoretically, that should have worked, and it didn't, and now I'm confused. Yeah, that is definitely too high. Looks cool, though. Maybe it's just a trick of the eye. Maybe it is just a trick of the eye. Oh, do you know what it is? It's because, get this, the offset, of the sphere is the offset of the effect as a whole. That looks good enough, though. That definitely looks good enough. Like, I'm definitely happy with that kind of a fade off. Because if you think about it, there could be some hysteresis, right, in the heating up of the pipe from the hand. So the pipe will gradually warm up as the hand passes through. You can see there's a cheeky little fade through the hand there. That was beautiful. Do it again. So maybe that can be a thing, and it'll be hidden behind the sparks and the flames anyway. Really do have to get rid of all this graininess from the renderer, though, at any cost. So that's beautiful. That's fine. So that goes into there. That goes into there. And then that goes into there. And you know, it's really hard to test these things. It's really hard to test these things because you can see in the material editor here, we get absolutely no feedback editing any of this stuff because it's based on stuff outside of the material editor's control, which means you have to keep going back and playing the game. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not quite right. It's not quite right. It's beautiful, but it's not quite right because of the MI, I think. So let's put the sphere hardness up to 25. Why not? And the radius. Oh, we can actually boost the radius to do this as well. So no, let's keep the hardness at like 1. And let's put the radius, or 0 in fact. And we can put the radius up to like what? 152? And it looks weird down here, but just ignore that. It doesn't know what it's doing. It doesn't have the power. I don't know if that looks better or worse. It's getting maybe a little bit too hot there. 300. 12 on the hardness. 12 on the heat power. Nope. Nope. Sphere hardness must be 0. Sphere hardness must be 0. Radius. What about if it was what about if we do use that, right? But we temper the expectations. And the radius then has to be twice. That might be the problem actually. Yeah, I just realized the radius does actually have to be twice the size of the twice the size of the box radius because the radius of the circle has to cover the entire box. The radius of that's beautiful. There we go. It's a little bit weird because the glow goes all the way to the bottom to fade out. But I don't I don't really want to deal with the Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. We have the glow power. Yes, we modulate the glow power in the animation, don't we? In the bladder blueprint. It's fine. It's totally fine. In fact, we could keep the Z value the same. We could change like the X or the Y value. So when you get to the bottom, there's a bit where it just goes whoop, and it pushes it down and it fades it out. But in fact, if we pull the box, no, that doesn't work either actually, because the box would need to have a width. Beautiful. Mark can do this all day. That only took an hour, so happy about that. We need to work on some stuff like what kinds of things do you need in a beta game? Inventory management. I'm just gonna leave this as this for now, because I don't wanna be fiddling with it, and it's definitely good enough. I think it could work though. I definitely think it could work. It it does stop kind of abruptly there, doesn't it? Maybe we just need to make that into a straight line graph. It's easiest to see from the side, yeah. Yeah, there's something weird going on there, huh? Hardness 1, heat power 12, length 128, sphere hardness 0, temperature 3300, emissive power 0, heat power 12. Happy with you. Happy with you. Not happy with the actor, which is this. Update bbox location. Play character control pawn. Location break vector. Height offset. What is the height offset? It's 128, and that is absolutely ridiculous. Granted, it has to be double, but do we need to count it? Yes. Mesh, test character and MVP. Ladder. Slide. Ladder slide B. That'll do. That will do. So we know we have 8 units, four voxels at the bottom that we can disregard, and then 2, 4, 6, 16, 2, 4, 6, 24, 2, 4, 6, 32, 2, 4, 36 units, not 128. So we'll change that. And instantly it is wrong. Oh, plus the radius of the no. How? Wait, no. What? No, wait, hang on. I'm confused. I'm confused. $128 is the length. So 128 is right, or I don't want it to be one of these wishy-washy guessy things, but it was 128 before and it looked wrong, right? Rip renderer. Oh no, I pressed H! Fuck off. That looked fine. I don't know what's happened at the end there. Yeah, it's off by the height of a head, which is 28 units, 100, 1 meter, exactly 1 meter. That's the one. That's the one. I don't know why. I'm not going to bother working out why. But that is the one. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna change that. Event graph. Here we go. Slide B-box. B-box slider. Oh right, this is it. Yeah, so we don't do any of that. We just do that. Yeah? We just set the heat power. So it will stop. It will stop when we hit the bottom of the ladder. And then it will fade out gently. That looks chef kiss. That is what we're looking for. Mwah! Perfection. Just gonna do it a couple more times. It's fun. Okay. I tried to full screen the screen, but it wouldn't let me. Big slam. Humongo slam. Do I have any coffee left? The tiniest whisper of coffee. Oh, yes. One more, and then I'll grab a drink, and we'll move on to something productive. Wee moonwalk. Oh, the Lumen looks so fucking good. Lumen looks so fucking good. I know I complain about the little glitches, but like just seeing weird voxel pixel art show up as PBR is just so fucking good. I know I lied. I'm doing it more. That's such a bad man. Weirdly enough, there's no emissive GI from particle system here, which is fine. I don't think there's meant to be. There's something. there's like a bloom, but I think it's just bloom, right? Oh no, that maybe there is a little bit of GI. Look at the hair. Look at the hair a little bit. But it's just on the particles, not on the summoning circle. Right? If we try and spy the feet, do not say anything about the feet, okay? We're just gonna spy the feet here. They are not lit. I know they're black, but they are not lit. But if we spy the hair, which is not feet, by the way. I don't know if it's like bloom or what. Right, it's good enough. Maybe for stuff like that, we need to add like a lamp if we want it to actually shine. But that's fine. We can do that as well. It's not a problem. Not a problem. It's unproblematic, as they say somewhere. I'm sure they say that somewhere. But there's GI from the static stuff, and the instant static stuff as well. Not just the. Did I increase the upstairs speed? That's pretty pog. Oh, and what's the complexity? Can I show that? Buffer visualizations B. Not B. Reflections. Reflections? Unlit? Why were there two unlits? Unlit. Wireframe. I don't know why nothing has a wireframe. If anyone knows why nothing has a wireframe in my game, except for that cube in the background, which I don't know why it has a wireframe, and why all of the different faces, which are exactly the same geometry, have different wireframes. If anyone has the answers to these questions, please. Is this detail lighting, perhaps? Not actually reflections. I think this might be detail lighting and not actually reflections. There's some Z fighting down there as well. Don't look at it directly in the eyes. It will kill you. We're gonna do it. So good. I don't know why everything's so shiny. It's not meant to be. Like, even in detail lighting, like, a lot of this stuff's meant to be a lot more matte than it is. Maybe that's why we're having GI problems. Because we were having some GI problems, by the way. Also, don't light your entire scene with emissive GI. By the way, it doesn't work. It does work, but it doesn't work. You're not meant to. It's not a good thing to do. It's not best practice. Because if you run it on a PS4, the scene will be completely dark. Or unlit, at least. Oh. Time for a drink, I think. It's time for a drink. Cheeky brainstorm, maybe, of something to work on. See, I obviously want to put together a demo before Christmas, and I'm feeling like the amount of work that needs to be done to implement a demo is both overwhelming and, like, you know, I don't know where to start. Like, it's not insignificant. I don't want to say it's overwhelming and insignificant. It is just overwhelming, and I don't know where to start. Like, we've got character animations down, and also gonna have to refactor how that works, because I don't especially want to have to run through. Hold on, I'll get the blueprint so you can see what I have to run through, right? This is the BP test character, right? This is the character animations. This is like 60 hours of work right there, baby. And I don't want to have to do this for every character in the game. I want to do this once, and I want to have a data pack to plug in to swap out the models and the materials. I don't want to have to fucking lift a fucking finger. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Also, there's a bug. I don't know if it's my code or your code. Epic. But there's a bug where setting the material for a component does not change the material if there was no material set originally, maybe? Anyway, that is very much besides the point. We did it. We fucking did it. We got the beans. The beans have been collected. Where do I go to see? Here it is. Okay, nothing happened. Stop. Stop. Oh, right. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab a drink. What should I drink? That's the second question. Like, my mouth wants me to drink more coffee, but my brain is telling me that drinking more coffee would probably be bad. Also, I saw a friend running Unreal Engine 4 with 200% screen percentage. Absolute madman. Look at how slow it is. No wonder he can't stream in 1080p. No wonder. Also, completely unrelated, go check out Slope Crashers by... I forgot his name. I forgot his username. Friendly McFriendleton. Not Code Adventure. Not Far North Productions. What's his name? The German guy. Who everyone thinks is French for some strange reason. Sounds... I don't know, he doesn't have a very stereotypically German accent, does he? Maybe he's from somewhere that speaks German but isn't actually Germany. Like, Austria. Belgium. Switzerland. I suppose if he was from Switzerland, he'd probably speak French as well. And he claims he does not speak French. Who is it? And why do you all have to have such ridiculously ridiculously hard to remember usernames? I'm gonna pause the record. Stream Deck has stopped working. I swear to God. Quit Stream Deck. What is this project I'm doing on UE? Yeah, it is my project that I'm doing in UE. Just let me open my Stream Deck again. Testing. Test completed. So I'm making a 3D voxel graphic RPG game. I need to set the screen percentage back down to 100%. Peakstone is a bad influence on me, but he is a very cool dev. So right now it's nighttime, so you can't really see anything, but a great showcase of the Lumen, the Lumen global illumination system that we got going on here. So you can see the emissive color has been shot out of this floor material as light. Unfortunately, there is a glitch with Lumen, and setting the GI to a value of anything other than 1 as its power breaks Lumen's GI. Not entirely. It still gives it a go. But as you can see, stuff starts to become more and more screen based. We got doors. We got dynamic point lights. I don't know what really more you want from an RPG game. Doors and dynamic point lights. Sunset aesthetic with glowing neon floor tiles. And of course the main character, which you can't see because it's nighttime. But we can change that. We can make it daytime again. We can, like 11 AM. A familiar sight for me. It's definitely not when I wake up usually on weekdays. Fuck out of here. Fuck. I just like staying up late, okay? I don't like waking up early. I like staying up late. I like sleeping for a normal amount of time. I don't know if the walk cycle needs some refinement. Probably does. Probably get it in the late stages of the game. But we have a walk cycle. We have, as you've seen, walking down a ladder cycle, walking up a ladder cycle, up and down stair cycle. Interesting animation. Thank you. I'm glad you think it's interesting. I think it took a long time. And we've got the global illumination. We've got reflection on reflective materials. And you can see even now there's a lot of green light being bounced off this grass, which is a shame. I tried to tone it down as much as I could. Couldn't tone it down pretty much anywhere. And here we are. Frame by frame voxel animation like that takes a lot of time. Yep. I mean, I think it takes as much time as any other kind of animation, but because that kind of animation isn't really supported in this engine natively, it has to be configured. It has to be set up. And this is the killer. This is where you die. This is where all the work is. I think it took about as much time to set up all this as it did to do all the actual models. Maybe even a little bit more. it looks okay. You've done some voxel stuff, but animated using Mixamo. Wait, what? So it had like a skeleton? I've seen some stuff like that before. I don't follow you on Twitter, do I? I saw a couple of people recently making skeleton animated voxel mesh characters with an anime style. Mixamo has auto rigging algorithm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? That's hacks. That is bare hacks. That is wolf hacks. No. Too far. And it's free! It is free. Mixamo is a free 3D asset library and animation library that you can use. I had a lot of fun. There's some premium stuff there as well. It's mostly free. There he is. There's the boy. Oh yeah, I remember why I stopped using Mixamo. The red banner of death. Please sign in to upload. Get bent. Anyway, I was just in the process of trying to decide on the next feature to implement into the game. And I know that's overzealous. But that's how it's got to be, I'm afraid. If there are no features implemented in the game won't have any features implemented. That's how it is. That's how it got to be, I'm afraid. See, I was gonna spend my time making world blocks, like not this dev art garbage that we have here, but like actually useful building blocks that we can use. What is at the top of my current to-do list? Well, we can find that out.
Flashbang out.
It worked. The first time. Okay. Where is my boot Trello before stream post-it note? Top of my to-do is casino, but that's a meme. The next top is toroidal world projections, which isn't really applicable for the demo build, I don't think. And then default sound concurrency, master submix, and reverb submix, which I don't have any sounds in the game yet, so that isn't going to help me. The his and tile helper button to render blocks and static meshes in the real world and delete the helper also doesn't know. It's an optimization thing really for the end game development. So right now what we have is all of this geometry here are actually actors spawning instanced meshes, right? Hierarchical instant static meshes. I don't think they really have to be hierarchical, but I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do, just in case we needed to remove a specific one. So the stairs and ladders and any kind of large cubic area is going to be his tile helper. This is number 12, and basically has an XYZ tile. And the idea was the idea is that you can instance static meshes, right? But every actor that instigates an instance of a static mesh is a draw call of that static mesh. Whereas if you spawn the static mesh into the game from the world as a static mesh on its own, all of the static meshes of that type are instanced together by the engine. That is my understanding of it. So it is most performant to have any collection of static meshes that have been instanced by an actor to be placed in the world as a static mesh rather than being instanced by an actor as a static mesh. Unless that actor is the only place that that static mesh is instanced. And there's no culling involved, right? So I don't really know how much performance is going to be affected because I haven't built the world yet. And there's two branches that we can go down here, right? There's ignore all that you don't need to see that. There's two branches we can go down here right now. So that we have our actors. They do instancing there. So we can place all as static mesh. Or we can merge static mesh or instant static meshes into new static meshes. Now this is where we get interesting, right? So at the moment, this isn't going to work very well for nanite because nanite requires internal spaces to have the walls, the ceilings, the floors, all as separate meshes, right? To do good lighting with Lumen. So if we have a building built and we want to make it fast, it will render quickly if we make it one static mesh. But because it has a large amount of internal, external surface detail, thanks to the crap ton of meshes that we'll put in there, it won't render very well using Lumen and nanite. Which means that we'd have to break it down anyway into the constituent walls, ceilings, and floors as meshes. And at that point, is it not faster just to have used the actor instance anyway? Because we already have those, they're already full detail, and all of the meshes inside are already built with nanite. Under the hood, merging meshes will force the engine to share vertex buffers and other stuff. What comes to your mind? No. Yes. No. Well. No. So the idea with merging meshes is that you have larger meshes to work with, and nanite loves large meshes. Nanite hates these tiny meshes that I have. Nanite likes to basically the optimum static mesh triangle count for nanite is 2,000. 2,000 triangles per mesh is what it's going to crunch it down to at its lowest LOD. And this is like we don't even get wireframe for this, but like this. In fact, we'll just go to the mesh. We'll just find a mesh. Test character animation mesh. So an average character stood. How many triangles you got? 1,948. So it's not gonna get processed by nanite at all. Or it is. It will make a new mesh, but the mesh will be exactly the same as the nanite as the original one. How do I show it? How do I show nanite? Build nanite, proxy triangles, position precision enabled. Oh, I guess it would just be LOD 0, wouldn't it? Some weirdness going on there, huh? But yeah, it's tricky because it's not really a released feature. They haven't finished making Unreal Engine 5, and there's a whole bunch of bugs with Lumen and nanite. It's like it's missing a face side of the eye. I'm just going to ignore it. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine. True. Done. Make smoke and ladder slide Niagara systems. Done. Refactor walk animation to use the event timeline. Ooh. Ooh. Fiddle with the demantle timeline. Done. Investigate weird haloing on sparks. Done. Align front to X positive. Okay. Characters must stay snapped to the grid. Warning. No ladders smaller than 2 world units. Okay. If collision profile is set to no collision, guess what, genius? It won't collide, Lamau. I leave myself the nicest of notes, don't I? Plush carpets. House editor. Beast races. Orcs, slimes, Sahagin, humans, spider people. Spider people? Why did I think that was a cool idea? Orcs, yes. Slimes, yes. You know what? I'm not even gonna consider that. Directional speech bubbles or character highlighting during conversation. Oh god. Everything's just such a large piece to do. Emissive power held in texture. Okay, I've done that. I've done that. Where did it go? It didn't go anywhere. Move. Like a centaur but with spider legs. Yes. Well, yeah. Well, you ever played Dark Souls? Like that. I'm not sure that will play out. I'm not sure that will play out at all. Frustrate souls. Create an image asset for Throbber 250. That's still there. It's still there, baby. Door close around PC. NPC, please fix. Don't really care. Demo area for pre-alpha downloadable. It's like, to make the demo area, I need assets to make the demo area with, and I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time making the assets for the demo area because they're only going to be... Like, I want to make the real assets and use them for the demo world area, but I need to make the demo world area before Christmas. So let's just have a little jot down of all the stuff that we need. Love that one. Find out how nanite actually works. Yes. Look, Cage, you look no more, buddy. I'm trying to get better at doing this, so I'm gonna force myself to get these friends. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope you're having a fun look. HD Cage does pixel art, tentative game development, and he was last seen making a really crazy... The look is so fun. Yeah, he was last seen making a really crazy pixel platforming game where you play as a mage and your wand is your jump, but also destroys the level as you move. Absolutely amazing concept. So cool. It's like Noita +1. Extra difficult. Did you hear we're turning that into a full game? I did not hear that you were turning that into a full game. But wish you luck. Hit me up on the Steam link when you get it. Tell me how much it is. I'll give you some dollars. It looks really cool. Right, so demo. Why am I not doing this in the Trilo? Why am I not doing this in the Trilo? Because I'm an idiot. I know I'm not doing this in the Trilo. Just give me a moment, okay? There's one really annoying thing with Trello. You have to scroll all the way to the end of your board to add a new list. This is a very large board at this time. Demo 12/2021. Okay. You can see now, sorry. It's just because I have lore tabs on the far right hand side of the board, right? But I have to go to the far right hand side board to make a new list, and I don't want to show off the lore tabs because the lore it's an RPG game. Like the graphics and the mechanics of the game take second fiddle to the lore. The lore, the gameplay, the story kind of thing are the real crunchy beans that people will pay for. Yeah, I hope you understand. You. No, I don't want to I want to keep the lore safe and secret and everything. But at the same time, like it's not just about keeping the lore safe and secret, because I'm sure my lore is garbage, right? And people aren't actually interested in stealing it. But like people might be interested in playing the game, and they might be interested in not having the story spoiled for them before they play the game. That's my thought process. So yeah, better safe than sorry. Also, the main character is going to be Duke Nukem, and no, I'm kidding. So we need a player character, which I think we've got. We need a party system, maybe. In-game menu. Battle system. We need a battle system. We do need a battle system. We need a quest system. NPCs that don't suck. We need a map. We need a save game system. And we need a bespoke main menu. Is that all we need? Is that really all we need? It's getting real warm in here, by the way. It's really warm in here. I don't know what it is, like recently. It's the middle, I don't want to say it's the middle of winter. Seems ambitious. What? Seems ambitious. I made a Doom clone in less than 12 hours. It seems ambitious. Doom may be a 30-year-old game, but we don't talk about that. It's not actually 30 years old yet. It's 1994. It's 25. Overscope. I've got 2 months to get this done. Easy peasy. Player character, by the way. We got a player character. Yeah? I didn't spend... Considering that you've created mostly your own assets. Yes. Party system. We don't have a party system. In-game menu. We don't have an in-game menu. Battle system. Nope. Quest system. Nope. NPCs that don't suck. You know what, buddy? I'm giving you a yellow. We have an NPC. It does suck, though. In-game menu. Quest system. Battle system. Map. Map as in zone. Area. 3D asset. Not map as in top-down. Save game system. Ugh. bespoke main menu. I think the main menu will be easiest. So do you know what? Do you know what we're gonna do? Game content. We're gonna create level. Main menu is in fact its own level. We can duplicate that. Can we duplicate that? No, we can't. Well, we could, but we're not going to. Multiple levels can be loaded and unloaded into the world to create a streaming experience. I will have to look into streaming because, like, I want to have the whole world, you know, 1-to-1. It's not gonna be like a Final Fantasy 1 style thing where you smack into a 1-unit big city and suddenly you're in a city. It's not gonna have that. You know, you can walk upstairs, you can walk down ladders, and you will have to walk 800 kilometers to the nearest petrol station to get. What? This is demo menu. And we'll make a new level called demo level. Thank you. Game content. Main menu. Can I just duplicate this? UMG demo menu. Yeah? It'd be real nice if I could control click to like open these things. Game title logo on the page. Please. Game has a title logo. Oh, snap. Game has a title. Game has no logo. I didn't even finish my story about playing Guilty Gear. Jesus. How bad am I? Like, I started telling a story about playing Guilty Gear. My thumb. I did 14 of the 30 requisite missions. Okay? Got wiped out by Dizzy, and I lost my shit. I almost broke my controller. I almost broke my controller, yes, again. I'm bad about this. My thumb. The only reason I stopped was because my thumb was actually really sore from pressing the D-pad. Very angry about that. I should use my fight stick, really. Fight stick. Oh, I get it. Right. I was just thinking about, I saw a video. Competitive games rage, that's pretty normal. I wasn't even against, like, a person. I was against the PC. PC was just batshit insane. New game difficulty buttons. I don't think we need those. It just needs to be start. And then back. So I figure the demo menu can have like when you click this, instead of giving you difficulty selections, it will give you like demo chapters to play. So like as we expand, I don't have to make a new game every time I make a new demo, right? I just have to add stuff to the demo and then make another build, and then people who've already played Demo Area 1 will have a save game for Demo Area 1. People have played Demo Area 3 will have a save game for Demo... Do we even have save games? This is a massive question, you see. doing it this way is going to be like really complicated because are you going to have a save game in a demo game? Do demo games have save games? I don't remember that demo games have save games. That seems pretty wild to me. I'm pretty sure you just play a demo and then it's done, right? So there's no save game in a demo. So instantly, whoopah! Save game system, my friend, you can get deleted. No, we don't need a save game system. So this, we can just delete that. Main menu game switcher. Continue. Delete that. Some good naming conventions here. I swear that you're about to increase the scope of the save system. Yeah, no, no, I've decreased the scope. I decreased the scope. It's fine. Scope decreasement. Chapter select, options, extras, quit. So most of that should still work fine, but we're gonna have an error. You can show me my error, please. Navigation. It's not gonna do it. Chapter select. Main menu, new game switcher, ng back. Extras. Continue. This doesn't exist anymore, right? So yeah, we get a warning. Nice. Swoop. Very cool. But this is going to work out nicely because it's going to work off the same SG settings file. So if you play the demo and you can set your settings based in the demo, when you get the full game, when you unlock the full game, just update your settings from there, because it will be the same executable file, just the demo portion will be hidden. That might work. That might work. Can't believe I thought that doing the UMG first would be the easy bit, but actually, not too bad. Chapter select though, we need new game difficulty buttons, and this is going to be demo game chapter buttons. Buttons. Thank you. We have. Oh, thank you. ng showcase ng demo01. And then we can just iterate on these. What just happened? 3, 4, and back. Actually, can I wrap this with a scroller box? You tried your hardest, buddy. Wrap with. I don't want to wrap them all with a scroll box. Oh no. So this way, if anything, okay. If we add anything to it, right? I see. I see the problem. We can't set the size of it. Well, not I set the size. Creating UI on UE seems so much smoother than doing it on Unity. You envy that. I'm very glad that I'm not using Unity. I hate this. I hate making UI on Unreal Engine. It's disgusting. It is the worst, the worst bit of Unreal Engine. Maybe. Like it's like early 90s web development. You see this? I don't know what the fuck is going on here. You click on something, where is it? What is it parented to? it's really like the offset's like 4 pixels between a parent and a child. See, like, unintelligible. Makes me angry. There's no highlighting or boxing. Would be really cool if it was a bit more organized, a bit more visually interpretable. Also the scroll box, consumer mouse wheel, scroll bar visibility, hidden operation vertical, scroll bar thickness no, always show scroll bar, allow overscroll no, interview, scroll and focus, give to a child widget. I think BPs in C++ is a bit overwhelming. You played Unreal Engine, but you couldn't leave the comfort you have with C#. What's wrong with C++? What's wrong with C++? Whoa. I'm so bad at C++, by the way. I've been reading the C++ primer for over a year, and I just don't understand anything. Take me back to C. Although I guess you can just write C and C++. It's all valid. People will judge you, though. It's very... You've got to be very meticulous to build a good menu in this. Nothing wrong, you learned C, C++ a long time ago, but you're not advanced. Did some small stuff for that in 2D. Okay. Extras switcher. Good. Options. Audio. Oh, where's the switcher? Option switcher, here we go. Game options, which has nothing in it. Graphics options, which has got a lot of stuff in it. And then there's this. I guess it's as I guess it's like as advanced as you want to make it. It's just an excuse of yours because you used a lot of Unity. Well, maybe. Like I see a lot of people doing things in Unity, and like maybe they're like struggling, and it's something that's like basically a drag and drop feature of Unreal Engine. I just want to be like, if you just port your entire project to Unreal, you can just do that in 2 seconds, mate. But then I remember that they've probably spent hundreds of hours on their project. They're probably deep into it, and they probably don't want to move to C++. You envy a lot of the UE's behavior tree. No. We don't talk about AI on this channel. We don't talk about AI, mate. There's not a bean of information about AI here, buddy. Behavior trees are okay, but they're like this. I don't fucking understand it. Like do I have one? I don't have one here. I can open one though for you. Yeah, screw it. I can open one. We can open up the Bubble Man project. Where is it? First game. Behavior tree makes too easy to make NPCs and basic enemies. Yeah, no, again, like it's cool. They're cool. I get them, but I don't get them. You know what I mean? Like I followed a tutorial, and the AI that I got out was the AI that they had in the tutorial. So obviously they work, but I don't understand really the method by which you can make your own AI, because I tried. Boy howdy did I try, but I just don't understand what cancels what and why. Come on, Unreal. Show us the beans. The beans. Oh my god, what engine is this? Don't you dare start compiling shaders, you motherfucker. God damn it. Big slam. Oh, it's so slow. Why is it so slow? Is it because I have 4 instances of Unreal open already? Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Took you a week to start making sense of things. Read some scholar articles and videos. What is this engine? When did Unreal ever look this garbage? I'm sorry, I'm roasting it. UE5 just looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? Let's be real. This or this. It's practically the same, but it's not, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? It's just because I have this docked down here. I could dock this in here. I can dock this in here. I can... No. No. What do you mean I can't dock it into a content browser? There's one here. Oh, because the tab isn't shown, right? Yeah. Do we even need the undo history? They look exactly the same now. Can't compare materials and lights differently set up. Really? Well, Unreal has decided it wants to compile for 1,000,000 years. But I think I can just about get to the AI. We got a behavior tree there, I can see it. Let me open it. Blueprint class. Like, I don't know how inheritance works in C#. I'd assume it works exactly the same as C++. I'd assume C++ inheritance is just basically inheritance, and inheritance is in fact a generic term used in programming to denote child activity based on classes. It's class-based programming, right? C#'s the same, right? Class-based. I just make the broad assumption that anything with a C in it is the same. But we have behavior tree, BTBM go stay, right? So this is fine. I understand this, and I understand this. When it senses something, it sets a key value, and when the key value changes, ascertains if this is set, and if this is a target actor is set, and it moves to the target actor. I get that. I understand what's going on here, right? Things that I couldn't work out how to do is how to cancel this and move to a higher state up here, and have this as a higher state and have something in between, like a searching or a warning or something like that. And stuff about like losing sight of the player was really difficult to set up for me. Like, it was in the goddamn tutorial and it was still hard. Where is it? Ghosty. So when you lose sight of the player, where is it? Here we go. On target perception updated AI perception, right? We have this, and we set timer by event. Right, so on the AI perception, if you go out of the AI zone, right, it goes, oh, something's changed in your AI perception. And the AI perception says, is it true? And if it's not true, or maybe this is why it wasn't working. We're checking to see if it has the tag before we see it successfully sensed. Okay. Dumbo move there. Don't do that. Do it the other way around. They do lose sight though, so this does work. Fuck. Fuck's sake. Anyway, the point is, I don't know. I didn't really spend a lot of time researching it, if I'm honest with you. I'll play this real quick. Yeah. They do lose sight of you eventually. The yellow ones just fly into the middle. I had a really I had problems with the yellow dudes as well. They were hard to set up. This game is free, by the way. You can download it from my itch page. I don't know why the bullets are eggs. They're not meant to be. I have no idea why they are spawning as eggs, but they do. I think this still actually has dev keys in it, isn't it? God damn it. Okay. You don't know what the dev keys are. You'll spend your whole life trying to find them. Or, 103 key presses. Funny example. This game. I found like a good thing to balance the AI. Get out of here. There were no bugs. You didn't see any bugs. Just cut that. I found a useful thing actually for tuning the AI. Was the friction and the turn radius. Oh, here you can see some of the dynamic view culling. So all of these instances have been culled because they're behind the camera mesh. It's amazing. It does it all the time, and it does it completely dynamically. Frustrum occlusion culling or something. That was the thing, because yeah, no, it's occlusion culling, right? Because occlusion culling isn't on by default in Unity. You have to set it on, and it like eats CPU power, but like it's a main staple of modern games these days. And I found that weird. I found that weird because it's one of the 3 default color methods in the camera by default. My throat's getting a bit. I'm talking a lot and I'm not doing a lot of work. I'm real sorry. But this is all fine. Back, hello. It's bright red. But at the same time, it's not. I don't know what to say about that. I've run out of drink. This is like the worst. I really don't want to be here right now. I want to be here. I want to be doing this, but I want to be here. I think it's good enough. Game content levels. Demo menu. Gabriel P. Webb, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it here. Do you stream as well? Do you do Unity game dev on stream? What is it upside down? Is it? You just like to play around developing small things. Okay. You work in a game studio, but not in the client. Oh. I'm guessing with the P-Web. Web. Am I overreaching? Back end. Server stuff. Place actors. Cube. Legit, is that the Fortnite water? God damn it. Cannot escape. Good call actually. It should not be a cube, it should be a plane. Don't know how you're gonna scale Z on a plane, but a little bit of a big problem actually is the horizon. I still don't have a good answer on how to delete the horizon. You know what I mean? That black line all the way over there. Isn't it part of the skybox? Yep, it is. Demo level. Ah, no. Has infinite extent. Oh, rebuild the lighting. I don't know what I'm expecting to see here. But I expect to see it. Ah, no importance volume found. Big slam. What's the $100 lux, right? 75,000 lux, yeah. That might be it. But what I mean is, like, how'd you get something to extend out to the okay? You just make it big. Really? You're legitimately not kidding with me. You just make it big. Hey, look, it's the Valve Index loading screen. Oh shit. Oh shit. Scary how accurate that is. If you go near the edge, you'll still see the black side from the horizon. If you go near the edge to the edge, you see the black side of the horizon. Yeah. Yeah, of course. You just go up. You'll see it. Because, like, all we've got is, like, the sky dome. The sky... Sorry, excuse me. The sky... Oh, no, there is no skybox anymore. The skybox doesn't exist anymore, yeah. Yeah, whoops. Sorry. There is no skybox. It's a procedural thing. I say procedure. It's entirely computational. There's no mesh to the sky. It's just anything in the top hemisphere of your view plane is going to be sky, and anything south of that is going to be unrendered. I believe that's the be all and end all of it. We can make a camera here, I think. Create a camera here. Camera actor. Camera actor. You just explained the concept of flat Earth. Well, that is the entire problem with the Unreal Engine. In fact, all game engines at the moment, they deal with the entire concept of the flat Earth, right? They are the flat Earth simulator. Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. No outline, fill, solid color. That's right. Mouse controls. This is why I'm professional Counter-Strike player. Right? Look at that recoil compensation. The booster packs we're opening, by the way. The booster packs that we are opening are Magic the Gathering, Innistrad, Midnight Hunt. If you know what they are, you know what they are. If you don't know what they are, blues, vampires, zombies and ghouls. A lot of vampires. Vampires are actually coming under red a lot, but the structure deck they had available at the shop that I bought these cards at, the main dude was a vampire and he was blue. So you tell me. I like this. This is cool. Yeah, should I add some clouds? It's pretty cool how they just have these. You have to go. Thanks for going. Oh yeah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for again for the follow. I really do hope you enjoy it here, and I'll hope to see you around. Have a nice evening. I'm guessing it's about 10 to 7 where you are, so dinner time. Enjoy. Big guesses. I have no idea where you are. Yeah, I like that. Is there a speed? No speed, huh? But they do move, right? A little bit. What's the camera seeing anyway? Camera seeing some good stuff. Camera not too shabby. This is the demo menu. Thank goodness for that. World settings. Here we go. Game mode override. GM VRPG. GM RPG main menu. What's this? What are you? GM VRPG or GM RPG? PC main menu. Ah, right. Here we have a problem. A very cool problem, but a problem nonetheless. Yeah. God damn you, scalability, anti-aliasing. Cinematic. Oh wow. Let's not cinematic, okay? What do you mean? Oh, for God's sake. I'm not booting the game up just to change that. So yeah, PC main menu. Where's that even gonna be? Player controllers? UMG? Yeah, PC main menu. Duplicate. This is gonna be PC demo menu. And UMG demo menu. It's ridiculous that those wires have a fucking type. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't like the likes of you around here, buddy. And stay out of the Woolworth. That's fine, right? Now when we click play, we get a windowed 1080p window with the wrong menu on it still. Options, audio, game, graphics, controls, back, new game, easy. I don't know what's up with the fucking graphics right now, mate, but okay. It's very chunky. Like, what's up with this? Is it the render scale? Is it the anti-aliasing? Oh, I didn't set the thing, did I? Yeah, here it is. PC main menu when it should actually be PC demo menu. It helps. It helps. Right. That's such a tiny detail, but I'm so happy that I spent 12 hours trying to fix it. 13 hours, actually. I fixed it. 13 hours. Very fulfilling. What is that snapping, man? Because that isn't lag. You can see we're moving very smoothly. Is there a model which is like misaligned or something? The lift model, maybe. Big stretch. Huge stretch. Oh. Oh my days. What's the FPS running at in this scene? It doesn't look like it's running at the right FPS. It looks like it's too fast. Too good FPS. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. What was it? 19.22. That'll do. It'll do. It's just a demo. And you know what? We can add some. Not ladders. Not ladders. What is that mesh? What is that? What is that mesh? Yo. Oh, it is the correct mesh. But it's showing up messed up in here. What the hell is that? Z-tile. Let's make some taller ones. Go on then. Interesting. Do you know what? This isn't set to auto-activate, is it? Auto... what? Ah, auto-activate for player 0. There we go. Whoopsie. Please remember to include that in your code. Oh, wow. Did you see that? There were no reflections until I turned on TXAA. So FXAA doesn't support Lumen reflections? Is that what we're saying? Guy. I don't know why I thought putting all these dudes in was a good idea. It's not a good idea. Let me take them out. I don't know why I spent all that time doing that. I'm getting distracted. Do you know what happens when you get distracted? Nothing gets done. God damn it. Demo chapter 1. Showcase. Let's do that real quick, actually. It shouldn't take too long because it's just in the graph. We don't need to do anything. Navigation. Nope. Nope. Back X extras channel click. What's this? Event construct. Level name. Demo level 00. New game. A 1 unclicked. Open level by name. Level name. Demo level 1. So this should be indistinguishable from our test level, right? Reflection captures need to be rebuilt. 2 unbuilt. Very interesting. Oh wow, what is this garbage rendering? You saw that, right? That looked horrible. The fielding is back. The weird distortion in the grass at low angles is it's lessened. There's a lot of flickering going on. Hot damn. Hot damn. Oh, they need to be rebuilt because that's the new level. We just made that level, and it's never existed before in its entire life. But also, this should just take us to... Oh! It put a player in. Oh! Oh, hey! Oh, howdy! Look, it's put us a little demon in the little Zony boy. Did not expect it to do that. Full disclosure, did not expect it to do that. Cool. Doesn't really help us because there's no lights in the scene. You can just see the eyes beaming away. Dark vision, mate. Dark vision. Cool. Beautiful. Fantastic. Well, that's something, all right. I'm gonna have a cheeky save. I don't know about the clouds. I mean, I know about the clouds. They're fine for the menu, but for the game, are we going to have volumetric particle clouds, or are we going to have like voxel clouds like Minecraft? Procedural voxel clouds. Maybe something like that. Sounds a bit advanced for me though. We'll see how we do. We'll see how we do. I'm going to grab a drink. And then I don't know what. I honestly do not know what. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm back. Hey. What is going on? What was I doing? Made a menu for the demo. The black line has gone. Does just look like it needs to be a big old ratio on what you're doing. Now, why on earth did I build lighting data? That wasn't clever or funny. Right. Oh, hello. You just 6 cubes. Right. Is everything in here? This is a level rendering. And this can be gameplay, and we can rename U-boat. Why is it hidden? Level. Multiple of 32. Oh, it's happening. It's happening, baby. We're opening the 3D software. X positive. G. Magica files. 16. VX. 16. Unit. Cube. Surprised. That's fine. Let's save this as the albedo. Right. No red. Specular. Like a little bit of specular. 40? 40 specular. And then roughness. Baseline roughness of 0. Gonna be 8 steps. 256 divided by 8 is 16. Is it 16? I'll do. So actually, if we paint the whole thing rough, big slime, huge slime. Paint the whole thing rough, and then we can come in with like varying degrees of less rough in ever decreasing sizes. What's it gonna look like though? Where's gonna be the most rough? Probably at the edges. a muted microphone. Thank you very much, everybody. Lucky, really. You don't have to hear me sing. You don't sing while you make your materials? Well, that's your misfortune. I'm thinking about getting a new mouse mat. Any recommendations on a cool mouse mat would be very, very muchly appreciated. Like, even the one that I got right now is just a cheapie from Amazon. It's nothing special. It doesn't light up or anything. There it is. (16VX 16 unit cube .fbx). Nope. Building. I don't want to just put it in here. Whatever. We'll put it in here. Screw it. Do not search, do not create. And then mdemo pcl2, create material instance mi 16 unit cube. Textures. Where did I put the textures? Star 16U. It's not a star. 16VX unit PNG. Nope. MSR and A. Filter nearest. There it is. mi16u cube. Cool. Z tile, X tile, 15 Y tile, and it's going to be 16 unit cube with a 16 unit cube material instance. Why the fuck is it glowing? I'm gonna throw. Oh, is it just? It's just lit real well. Is that the spiel? Huh? Is it just lit real good? Is that your argument? You're sticking to it, huh? Oh. It's beautiful. I lagged the stream with overlapping geometry. I'm so sorry. Yes, that we need to go into meshes. 16vx 16 unit cube. Import translation. Can it really be considered a game if it doesn't have this texture in it? Three oh four. I don't know why the outlining looks so janky these days. I don't know what I did. What did I do to deserve this? Huh? Is it the render size? Is there some fucking spherical aberration going on here? Is this an illusion? Looks like there's a big old sphery badiri going on here. Yeah, it's not emissive. Doesn't have any collision though. That's good. Real good. Real smooth, buddy. I don't know what that wobble is there. You see that? I don't. There's one at both poles. Maybe I should clamp the camera. So, what am I doing? So there's this guy called Serge Payou on Twitter. All he does is repost, retweet, and tweet cursed gun designs, and he's just done one. He's just done one for the P90, like P90 rebuilds, P90 mixed with other guns. So there's a P90 with a revolver cartridge at the back. There's a P90 that's built on a SCAR upper. So it's a SCAR rifle, but the P90 magazine feed on the top. There's P90 that takes MP9 mags and ejects the shells into your fucking arm. There's a P90 with an MP40 barrel. Or is that a Sten gun? One of the two. They look very similar. A side-mounted magazine, of course. There's a P90 with an M4 front end. There's a P90 with an M4 front end and an M4 magazine well, and it ejects out the correct side this time into your left shoulder instead of your right arm. As correct as that could be for a P90 style gun. There's a lever action P90. I'm fucking dying looking at that. It's so fucking stupid. There's a Tommy gun P90, which looks like it would actually be viable, except for the front hand grip is held on by a fucking prayer and nothing else, like a thin strip of metal. There's no forend. But that actually looks like it would work, quote unquote. There's a P90 with a G34 frame, grip, and magazine, which obviously would not work. And there's a P90 crossed with the Chiappa Rhino, which is obviously just a bad Photoshop. I think they're all bad Photoshops, really. But, yeah, beautiful. Oh. What am I looking at here? Anyway, what we doing? What am I doing here? Bruh. I don't know why it's running so slowly. I don't know what I'm doing here that's making it run so slowly. What the Christ? The second thing. Let's close that. Second thing, unit cube. Box simplified collision. We'll need that, yep. We will need that. If we make this actually a bit longer, white tile, right? I like that you can just grip and rip these values. It's pretty nice. Looks like something's gone wrong here. Maybe rebuilding the lighting will help. If the lighting doesn't want to be rebuilt, okay. Message received and understood, my friend. You don't want lighting rebuilt? Lighting won't get rebuilt. Don't you worry about it. It's not even an issue. Not even a slight bit of a problem. I don't know what this is though. We don't need that open. We don't need that open either. Right. Going in the Trello, what we need is a precursor to NPCs that don't suck. And this is going to be facilitated by bad face tracking and a sign system. Sign system. We're going to color this in. We're not going to copy it new. We're going to color this in pink because it's a hot topic and it's going to go above NPCs that don't suck. Bespoke main menu. Change cover. We'll make that a teal color because I'm not sure if it is fully done, but it works. So a sign system. So what we're gonna do, I think next time, because it's 7 p.m. I'm losing frames for some strange reason. Let me just reboot the editor. Why I want to reboot the editor if I'm gonna stop working on it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. Is it? I don't know. It's the old box is throwing out some heat here. Hot diggity. Ooh. That's not good. That does look like something crashed here, doesn't it? Building mesh distance fields 13 and one more. Great. Well, looks like we have ourselves an answer here. What level is this, in fact? This is test. That's fine. This is what test is meant to look like. Streamlamp has died. Another good reason why the face tracking has stopped working. Do I legit have to charge this every day? It might be easier just to have a USB lamp. Like, I got this because it was really portable and it has a cold shoe, which is a cool feature to have on a lamp. It means I can attach it to a camera that's not streaming, and have it be a consistent lamp. It also has RGB. Means I can have a consistent color flood lamp. RGB, not great color grading. It's back. The banding is back. Scalability, epic. Okay, so it was the anti-aliasing that was causing that. Nice, good to know. Good to know. I feel like I lost I feel like I lost more than a frame there, buddy. Ooh. Content, game content, levels, demo level 00. Still here. It is still here. We can thank our lucky stars The demo level has been preserved. Oh yeah, right. So Unreal Engine 5 is a cool feature where you press Control and space to bring up the content browser and the place actors thing. But I don't like it. Like it's a button press. It's not just there instantly, right? Z0, X0, Y0. Basic shape material. Water. I want to use that cartoon water shader again. Because that was pretty cool. Now, I don't want to bring this to anyone's attention, but something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong with our reflectivity maps here, right? You see that, right? It's meant to be shiniest in the middle, and I don't know. It's fine. It was just for some like visual appeal, so it wasn't just a flat color everywhere, and you'd get some detail shading. But I don't know what the fuck's gone on. You tell me, buddy. You tell me what's going on here. I did not want to focus the plane. No, thank you. Place actors, plane. Volumetric light density volume, no. Volumetric clouds. Just leave them as vanilla default. I feel like there is some. Do you know what it is? I have a fucking curved monitor. Do you know what? That might be why there's some spherical aberrations. Ah. Oh my god. Please save me from myself. So this is gonna be like an easy breezy, low keysy. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be. This is gonna suck. How'd you like that? Is that better? Is that better for you? You like that? You enjoy that more? One more? Yeah, okay. There we go. Now it'll build the lighting. Oh, here we go. The main difference that C++ allows multiple heritage. That sounds wrong. I don't like the way that sounds. What does that mean? Like multiple inheritance? Because a child class can't inherit from more than one parent class. But if you mean there can be multiple child classes of a parent class, or a child class can itself be a parent class. The lad's gone as well, I can't even ask him. I only just saw the message. There's a lot of text here. I'm trying to defend myself. Like if you watch the VOD, if you see the VOD, friend, and you feel like you still want to answer that question, let me just hit me up in the comments, I guess. It's not really a brave amount of. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, we get a little bit of reflect. Yeah, okay. We get a little bit of reflecting going on. We can add some cube maps. Yes, we are going to add some cube maps, actually. Scene capture cube. No. No. Smelly test cube. Why can't I just drag those in? Reflect. Box reflection capture, not a cube reflection. God forbid you call it a cube map. Friend. Yes, the reason we need these is if you play this game on I don't think we need to bound doors like this, but I'm gonna. If you play this game on any settings below high, it won't have the real-time reflection capture stuff. So we'll actually have to have built reflection captures for reflections to show up in the game without Lumen on. The same as lighting. If there's no lights in the area and there's just emissive garbage going on, and you run it on low settings maybe, or your PC's chugging a little bit, so you decide you just turn those settings down a little bit, stuff just will stop showing up, and that's not good. So we'll throw those in there. Plus, Unreal Engine I think has got some back-end stuff, so if you're far away from a reflection, it'll fall back to the stuff, the capture. Also, if you're ray tracing and the roughness is above 0.4, no importance volume found. The scene so large, the automatically synthesized volume will yield no good results. Please add a tightly bounding light mass importance volume to this. These boxy boys have got very big radius. Okay. What's this? Hello? Oh, okay. Just build those real quick and then, I don't know. But of course, cube map reflections don't support dynamic reflections. So if you want a dynamic reflection in your scene, you have to use the Lumi Boy. The Lumi Boy will automatically be used on high. You can see there's a little bit of a reflection going on there. Not a massive one. It's not meant to be a massive reflection. I don't get it. It's fine. We don't need a light mass importance volume where we're going, buddy. Anyway, that is gonna be it for me right now. So, we can raid someone. I'll do the talk out. We'll raid someone, even if it's a mini raid. We can still do that. It's cool. So thank you everyone for coming to watch the live video. If you came to watch the live video, thank you, Gabrielle P Webb with 2 L's for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for coming to watch the video on demand. If you came to watch the video on demand, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.